Alright guys, SSR here. So we're gonna go over here to my buddy's house, and I had to keep it down kind of low because his name's on the gate. Now I can show you the rest. It's got a sign right there. I don't know if y'all can see that. Basically it says, warning, there is nothing here worth dying for. Private property. It's got a sign over here that says, warning, badass dog on duty, private property. So, and it used to have a sign out here that said, warning, there's spikes off the road in the grass area, stay on the road. So anyway, he's got a row of okra up here, and I think he said there's 24 plants there. So we made a deal with him that every other day the okra gets cut. One time it's his turn, one time it's my turn. So I cut it on Monday, so he cut Wednesday, so it's Friday, and I'm fixing to make my rounds cutting it. He says, shut up, Dinger. He says if we don't cut the okra on our day, it'll mess up the whole world. So, because we are going 2 days, if you miss a day, they will be too long, and then they'll be tough and probably no good. So, anyway, like I said, it's my day to cut, and I thought I'd take you guys with us and come up here and cut some okra, and I'll tell you a story or two. So, as you can see, we're right on a lake. There's a lake out there. It's a nice big lake that's full of nice big catfish. So, here's his chicken pen. And there's all the okra. So, I'll come back to you here in a minute when we get outside and get started cutting. So when we get here, we're usually greeted by all the dogs. Little small, that one for the next time. So that one's plenty good enough. A little bit too long. Ones about like that are perfect. And he says you'll never get them all either. You'll always miss some. And I'm sure he's 100% accurate on that. The old man hasn't told me too much that I found to be wrong. Pretty much everything he's told me, he's been pretty accurate on. And he'll probably be up here in a little bit. He'll hear the dogs barking and know that I'm out here. And he'll show up, and he'll sit on his little quad and tell me the ones that, show me the ones I might have missed, or point at them. So we'll end up with about, I don't know, probably half a 5-gallon bucket full of okra, which is a lot of okra. It's quite a bit. Big long one over here. Now this one here might have got missed last time, but it's probably still okay. I don't know if y'all know how to test okra. And one of the rules is, we kind of got our own rule. If you see one, cut it, because if you take your eyes off of it, you'll lose it. Anyway, I was going to show you, this is how we kind of, if they cut and they slice real easy, then they're good. Oh, look at there, I missed one. Big old longhorn okra. No, these ain't longhorn, I don't think. And that may be too far gone. Nope, it's still good. Alright. I think I got that one pretty good. I'm going to go down this side. And because these things are so big, I'll get them all off of this side, and then we'll go down the other side and get the ones on that side that we maybe couldn't reach as easy. So what I was gonna tell you about and talk to you about is like I kind of wonder like how things are where you live versus where I live. I don't know how many of you live in the city, a big metropolitan area. I've been around big cities most of my life. Used to drive a truck out in California, so I've spent some time down in LA and running around down there on those streets and driving truck. But didn't live down there or nothing. Just worked. Oh, yeah, I almost missed that. But around here, things are a little bit different around here than they are most places. Like, this is where we live is still kind of like the Wild Wild West, if you understand what I'm saying. Lots of people carry guns, and most disputes are settled the old-fashioned way, and it's pretty normal. And the cops are kind of used to it. That's a good one still. That's a good one. So, a dispute here between a couple of guys often ends up in at least, hey Heidi, that's Heidi. She's going to tear up the okra plants. Ah, that was a fail. What was that saying? Most disputes here are settled the old-fashioned way. A fist fight or an ass whooping, whatever you want to call it. Some of them get really bad and turns to gun violence. Now, there was a lot of gun violence in California when I lived out there too, because we lived in kind of a crappy neighborhood for a while, and we've had gunshots fired from next door at our bedroom window, and we just kept our head down, and we did look to see what was going on, but I believe they were apprehended in the backyard, wasn't they? Didn't they get arrested in the backyard? The cops back there, and you know what I'm talking about, right? You remember that? And they were shooting right behind the house there, and so keep your head down. We lived in a stucco house, which is not really that secure when it comes to bullets flying. That's another thing. I don't know how many of y'all have ever talked about this, but like, you know, around other houses and stuff, or in an urban area, in your personal weapon at home, you know, I'm sure a lot of you know this, but the safest round, I believe, and if I'm wrong, correct me on it, but the safest round for your weapon is a hollow point, because if they hit the wall, they're not going to go all the way through the wall, and probably not, and go outside and go through your neighbor's wall and hit them in their house. So a hollow point doesn't go as far. Hopefully it just goes as far as your intended target. And that's it. But anyway. So back to my story though. It's a little like the Wild Wild West out here. There's been a few shootouts out here since we've moved here, and we hear gunshots out here all the time. Most of it's hunting, like duck season. Oh my gosh. I never was a duck hunter. I like to hunt dove there for a while until my dad made me feel bad about it, killing them poor little doves. But they were good to eat. I really liked the taste of them. But you didn't get that much meat for such a small bird. So after I got a little older, I felt bad about killing them, and especially because they mate for life. Apparently, I don't know. That's what I've been told. But anyway,